What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined by my dad Sean, and today reactions to the classics. We're continuing our journey through Tom Waits' discography, and we are already up here to Heartattack and Vine.
Yes, sir. 7th studio album, Trey, and we're doing this for our patron, longtime friend, and supporter of the channel, Josh. Thank you, Josh, for going month by month on Mr. Waits. One a month.
That's
baby.
right, man. Introduced us all the way back last year to Rain Dogs, and then we took it all the way back to the front. So looking forward to diving into this one. Before we do, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you like what you see, hit that big red subscribe button. You can link up with us on Patreon if you'd like to support the channel in any way, as well as linking up with our great music community on Facebook and Twitch. But all that to say, let's just get after it.
Let's do it, man. 7th studio album released in September of 1980 and his last one on the label for Asylum. This one is very well critically acclaimed. We got an 8.5 on Pitchfork. We got a 4 out of 5 on Q and Rolling Stone. All songs, as always, well, almost always, are written by Mr. Waits. And Trey, that's really it. I don't have anything else on the quick facts because we're going to start off with the title track, Heartattack and Vine, and in that we can kind of explain, that's how the album got its name, by this title track, and it's an interesting story, as it often is with Tom on this one. The song takes its name from Hollywood and Vine, and Hollywood refers to locations and details of Los Angeles. For the local bus system was formerly known as the RTD, that's in there. It was covered by Screamin Jay Hawkins and featured in a Levi's commercial. Waits sued in European court over this, the use of his music, and won because it wasn't offered up, and Tom did not like his music and still does not like his music used for anything like that. He talked about how he came up with this song. He said, I was in a bar one night on Hollywood Boulevard near Vine Street. This lady came in with a dead animal over her arm, looking like she'd obviously been sleeping outdoors. She walked up to the bartender and said, I'm gonna have a heart attack. And he says, yeah, right, you can have it outside. I thought that was pretty chilly, so I renamed Hollywood Boulevard Heartattack.
Yeah, and it mentions the phrase white spades in here, which actually was supposed to be the name of this record, but when Tom brought it to the kind of label, they didn't think it was palpable enough
they said no, and you know what? I like Heartattack, and that catches your attention. It's like, okay, man.
And this kind of reflects that grittiness that I think Waits was going for, just kind of an urban, down and dirty type of place here. Took me a little bit to get into, but once I did, I enjoyed it quite a bit, and it has one of my favorite Waitisms, saying, don't you know there ain't no devil, there's just God when he's drunk. Well, this stuff will probably kill you. Let's do another line. So I think just that set of lyrics right there just shows you what this song and kind of a lot of this record is really about.
Yeah, and the vocals are pretty rough. It's not as in bad, but as in, as he's morphing over these last few albums into what he eventually became, where everything was just this harsh, startling vocal style. He's getting there a lot on this song. It's not quite all the way there. I like the little guitar riff in there too. So I thought this was a strong opener. We're going to go to the second track, which is an instrumental, which is called In Shades. It's pretty chilled. The organ comes in, bluesy guitar, can hear chatter in the background, clapping at the end. Just, I guess, an atmosphere setting song.
Yeah, this felt like one you'd go into, like one of those small downtown clubs on a Saturday night. And here you had the great Ronnie Barron, famous session musician, playing organ here. You had that bluesy guitar lick. This one was a hit for as far as instrumentals go for me.
I agree. We're already at track number 3, and it's not the Whitney Houston one, Trey, and I'm glad about that, but that's another story. Saving All My Love for You. He has some great lines in here. He isn't with her, but wants her to know no matter what, he is saving all his love for her, even if he's spending $15 on a prostitute. Don't believe all the rumors about him because he isn't half as bad as they make him out to be. And this starts off with a bell or something, a little lower key, a little rougher vocals here, but more restrained than the title track. I enjoyed this one.
No, yeah, you had the orchestral strings in there as well, which added that sweetness. And you mentioned him doing the prostitute and whatnot. He mentions that he'll probably be arrested when he's in his grave, but he's still going to save his love for his gal here. And
that's all that matters, right? It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, and deep down, he may not show it outwardly, but deep down, he is a good guy in here. So yeah, man, with the sweeter arrangement with the strings. I thought it worked well, even if it maybe wasn't up to par with like the title track. It was still pretty solid, man.
Yeah, now Trey, you know what it's time for? It's time to go downtown, track number 4. And this is one of those Waits songs, right? He describes this scene. It starts out with the prostitute and the cocaine dealer and evolves from there. Thought it had nice vocals, nice instrumentation. This song just worked for me.
Yeah, this downtown, painting the image of a place that's a little bit rough and ragged,
which is how most of us picture downtown. Yeah,
but hey, man, the way he's describing it, I kind of like to go just to check out the scenes. Kind of reminded me of In Shades, just because the organ was the highlight instrumentally in here. Some again wonderful lyricism. That kind of just gets to the heart of just kind of the grittiness of the downtown area. And I like the shout out to you mentioned the cocaine dealer who was called the Sugar Man. You know,
Sugar
reminded
Man.
me of Rodriguez.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
A great artist that we also have reviewed on here, Searching for Sugar Man. Just kind of reminded me of that. But solid tune for sure.
Now we're up to Jersey Girl, a song we actually did a song battle with Springsteen and Waits.
Right.
A lot of people think that, and I did too initially, that Springsteen wrote this, but he did not. This is originally appears right here with Mr. Waits. He wrote it for his future wife, Kathleen Brennan, who was living in New Jersey at the time. She was his Jersey Girl.
That's right, and you have something really unique up to this point in Waits' catalog, where he does a little just like sing along sha la la la.
Yes, which that's not Tom, man. That's not what you think would be Tom.
No, so he plays it more just kind of straight down the line of a traditional love song. He said he went with the sha la la thing, thinking of some Drifters type of song, from back in the day. And man, it works well. I think it's one of his more famous tracks for a reason, even though, as you mentioned, most people think Bruce actually would
have made sense.
It's the Jersey image of Bruce here, but revisiting it is going to end up as one of my favorites.
Mine too. It's a great track.
Just beautiful and gets to the heart of the love that he had for Kathleen here amidst the other songs about the prostitutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, oh, okay, Tom does have this other side to him. All right, well, that's already going to end up side 1. Start out side 2 with Till the Money Runs Out. Trey, he sold a quart of blood and bought a half pint of scotch. Very hard vocal with this one. More bluesy kind of on it.
Yeah, what'd you think of it? Were you...
I wasn't a great fan of this song at all. I was surprised they started out side 2 with it back when sequencing was so important on the vinyl.
Yeah, I'm with you. I liked the propulsive beat and nature of the track, but lyrically, which is a rare misfire for Waits, it just wasn't there for me. You did have the hint at the drinking, the drugs, the circus-like kind of a band of characters in here, but for some reason, when it all came together, I
felt the same way. And like I said, just an interesting sequence. I would have put the next song first on this side. Another song that we have a song reaction to, On the Nickel. And it was recorded for the film of the same name. 5th Street in LA, Trey, also known as Skid Row, and sometimes referred to as, quote, the Nickel, is what this is about. It contains one of the largest populations of homeless, between 3,000 and 6,000 people in the United States. What a fantastic story. His lyricism on the last song was not great. On this song, it's absolutely fantastic. Just unfolds a great story.
Well, we have that string arrangement come up again, which just adds, and
and it fits in this kind of a situation.
Definitely, especially with one of the better Waits vocal performances on this record. Yeah, and the opening, one of the opening lines, "Sticks and stones will break my bones, but I will always be true." We have that refrain of "What becomes of all the little boys." Another line I like: "The world just keeps getting bigger once you get out on your own." Just a beautiful track all the way around, which has a bit of an odd sense of melancholy surrounding it. I guess knowing what the nickel is and whatnot, with the homelessness and whatnot, and just going back to the innocence of youth, but then being thrust into this world at a young age on the nickel type of thing, and a long track too,
very
over
long,
6 minutes. But it doesn't overstay as well.
No, it works, man. It's going to take us to Mr. Siegel, which basically says these recurring themes of sin and stuff going on in Las Vegas. Hence, Mr. Siegel, Bugsy Siegel, one of the founders of Las Vegas as we currently know it, with the Strip and the casinos and all of that good stuff. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, we had that upbeat piano-driven Waits being a bit of a bad boy here, saying he wiped off his revolver in a Mexican whorehouse across the street from a Catholic church.
We'll let you kind of interpret that as you like.
Pretty much here, temptation to sin is everywhere around him, and Tom's noting how hard that is kind of to overcome. You have lines like that, and man, this one I think is a bit kind of underrated just with all the bigger hits on here, but I enjoyed it.
Well, we already did the album's closer. A little story behind this one. It's Ruby's Arms. Jean-Luc Godard used it in his 1983 film First Name Carmen. It went on to inspire the Nobel Prize-winning Kazuo Ishiguro into changing some events of the climax of his Booker Prize-winning The Remains of the Day. Ishiguro has spoken on the influence of this song on his writing.
Yeah, and I think that that's pretty cool and just shows, I mean, obviously Tom has acted, down by the law.
Right.
I just saw recently, his effect on people in various arts is
Exactly. They recognize him in a way, I think, that, obviously commercially he just never had the success that he probably should have. Well, you can take the probably out that he should have, but he just never got there. But this is I enjoyed this song.
Oh yeah, you just like on the nickel had that string arrangement to kind of contrast the gruffness in Waits' voice as he's showing his love to Ruby here, noting though that she'll find another soldier by Christmas time, kind of recognizing that he's not going to be able to be with her like in the way that he wants to. The final line before the last chorus rings tough, saying, "I'll never kiss your lips again or break your heart." I just thought it was a wonderful way to cap off this record that has moments where it deals with going into the love theme, going into just I'm going to find whoever I want type of thing, capping it off with this. Very sincere here by Waits, and good closer.
Yeah, good closer. We're up to our favorite tracks. For me, it's going to be this last track, Ruby's Arms. It's going to be Downtown. It's going to be Jersey Girl. And it's going to be On the Nickel. The only song on here didn't work for me is the sort of side 2, Till the Money Runs Out.
No, I'm with you on a lot of those. I'm going Jersey Girl, On the Nickel, Ruby's Arms, and then the title track.
Yeah, that was in the running too. So that's going to bring us to our overall score. 9 songs. I already said one of them, Till the Money Runs Out, I don't like. 4 of them are my favorites. Heartattack and Vine was right there as well. So I'm going to be very strong on this. I'm rated at 8.0.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be right in that same ballpark. I know this isn't one of Waits' most critically acclaimed albums,
but the high points are pretty darn high.
And it's very consistent. Like you said, Dad, only 9 tracks. That's kind of my sweet spot for a record that I enjoy. So I'm going to be at a 7.75 right here for me, man. I enjoyed this one. Another hit for Waits, and I'm really gearing up and getting ready for Swordfish Trombones.
Next month, man. Baby, it's on its way.
Ooh, I know that people really speak highly of that one in the Waits community. So be sure to tune back in next month for that one. Thank you again to Josh for
Josh.
sparking this whole idea. And we still got a lot of Waits to go here in 2021.
We do.
As always, I appreciate the research.
Always fun on Tom. Love him, man.
And of course, we want to hear from y'all. What are your thoughts on Heartattack and Vine? Let us know your favorite tracks as well down in the comments below. And until next time, thanks for watching, happy listening, and we will see you.